from an undisclosed bunker deep in the earth, bringing you the best in horror, paranormal, and conspiracy. We welcome you to this week's Zombie Fight Club broadcast with your host, Eddie Rotten.
They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable. 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 Controllable.
All right. Welcome everybody back to a fantastic, wonderful episode of Zombie Life TV live nationwide. Remember,
always.
Gavin, it's the number one most watched show in public access history. I don't even know what camera I'm looking at that camera. Thank you everybody for coming out again tonight. We're speaking with Gary Wimmer tonight. He's a world-renowned psychic. I'm gonna call you a world-renowned psychic.
No, whatever you.
I think I mean he's got 2 books, dude. I mean he does readings by traditional stones. I mean how more world-renowned can you be than that?
Real quick, before we get into you and your life and your world travels, I wanted to talk to Red Rum a little bit about what he's hooked up here. He's found this place. What's it called?
Well, it's called Hip Flask Plus.
Okay.
And it's off of 183 in County Court Glen in Leander.
Amazing.
It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, they made
Look at those flasks. Can we get a zoom in?
For us.
Can we get a zoom in on the table here? So they made this badass skeleton right
this
here.
This whole skeleton was made by Hip Flask Plus, and then they made this amazing sign for us. Woo. Look at it, and it decorates.
Backlit.
If you haven't been to Hip Flask Plus yet, you are missing out. You guys have to go there.
Where is it?
It's right on the corner of County Cork or County Glen Lane and 183 in Leander. Yeah, I mean it might be a little bit of drive, but guaranteed you're not going to be able to walk into their store without spending money.
Right.
Because everything's so cool, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, dude. I mean it's just so rad.
Very cool website.
Love the guys. And Kenny, one of the guys, and John's the owner, but Kenny is one of the artists behind everything. He's going to be on our show next week. I can't wait to talk to this guy, man.
I know. I'm sure he's got stories to share with people that come in.
Yes, dude.
Talking about stuff. Is it all horror kind of based stuff that they have there?
Dude, it's everything from horror to sci-fi. I mean, there's an axe that my son really, really wants. It's like this hand axe. It's all Deadpool.
Oh, really? That's cool.
I mean, that's totally awesome.
Yeah, that is
they showed me
cool.
this flask yesterday that was a Spider-Man flask. That the Spider-Man parts were actually raised, so you could feel that, like his face, like the little bumps.
Really?
They were all raised.
Wow, that's really cool.
Groovy, man.
Really cool.
I mean, oh god, they do amazing stuff.
Please, everybody, go out to Hip Flask Plus.
Please.
Find them on Facebook on their website, hipflaskplus.com.
Hipflaskplus.com.
I'm not sure if they have a Twitter, but go find them wherever you can on social media. And before the show's over, we're going to talk to Paul Fierro, talking about Texas Terror Challenge.
Absolutely.
Of course.
I think Desolation Manor Terror Challenge is going to have to make a visit for us.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you should.
Amazing. And I wanted to welcome back Kara Harden to the show. She's our personal trainer for Texas Terror Challenge, and she's just a wonderful face on the panel here. Let's get into Gary Wimmer.
Yes.
I want to know where you're from and why you decided to take on the role as somebody that can do what you can do. Has it been something that you can read somebody's future your whole life, or how did you fall into that role?
Reading the future is probably a layman's way of saying it. Basically, I was raised Catholic. I was an altar boy, and like everybody wants to go to heaven, right? Everybody wants to go to heaven, right?
Right.
I
do.
Yes.
I do.
Okay.
Except for Red, he's down and
No, I said yes. I said yes.
He's determined to go to hell.
Well, I wondered if there was a hell. You went through puberty, and I thought, oh man, I'm gonna end up there.
I just want a condo on the Lake of Fire. That's all I'm saying, you know?
So in college, I was always asking people about religions and beliefs, and a lady turned me on to, actually she did a horoscope for me.
Okay.
And I was an electrical engineer, and she blew my mind what she told me about myself. And she said, you got a lot of psychic ability. You got to look into it. So I started reading books by Edgar Casey and
Edgar Casey, dude.
Casey, wow.
Yeah, I started giving readings in the early 70s. When I moved to Austin, another astrologer did a reading for me. He said, yeah, you got a lot of psychic ability. You ought to give readings. So I started giving readings with regular playing cards, a little bit of tarot, and a little bit of palmistry. And then 1977, I had a near-death experience, and that just absolutely blew my mind.
What happened?
Well, I wrote a book, as you can see, it's here called
The first one here?
The Second in Eternity?
Okay, can we get a zoom in on this book?
Eternity.
If you get a zoom in on this book, I don't know if the lights are going to work with this, but Second in Eternity.
Very nice. Look at that. Thank you, Vanna.
Thank you.
I wrote the book in 2 parts because it seemed like it happened in 2 parts, and I'll give you a quick rundown of it. Out of the clear blue, in the end of January, 1st of February 1977, all of a sudden I started getting real psychic about things. I could pick up everything about everybody. Just seemed like overnight. Now, I've been given psychic readings, and I've always been interested in psychic phenomena since college. But this got overwhelming and fast, and by the next day or two, I couldn't imagine what living normal life was like. I could pick up everything about everybody all the time. The problem was I couldn't do what I would normally be doing if this wasn't on full blast.
Oh, I see.
So you were having trouble filtering everything through.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Still...
Everything was a sign. Everything was the deep metaphysics of life. Everything. People were talking to everybody walking down the street, talking about seeing the light. How do you see it? Everything was symbolism. And I got to a point. It's written in the book a couple times. I could sit in a bar and tell who's coming through the door next, what they're dressed like, transport myself outside. I turned around a couple times and could call a whole pool game.
So how long have you been doing readings? I mean, have you been doing readings and psychic work in Austin since 77, 75?
Since 72 when I moved here.
Wow, man.
But I've also been a musician my whole life.
There you go.
So, well, I mean, doesn't that kind of go hand in hand with kind of being psychic? Because, I mean, you have to kind of feel notes and you have
arts.
to... Exactly.
Okay.
It's not a science, it's an art.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to cover a little bit of stone reading, and we've agreed to have Kara have a little bit of work done with you, right?
Whoa. I mean, I thought it was just a reading.
We need to redefine what...
Yeah.
Steve's scared. Look, he's shaking.
I know. Inside your book, you give a little bit more background to your craft and what you do for people, right?
There's 2 books I've written. One is The Second Eternity, about my near-death experience.
Okay.
That was amazing. Happened in 77. In 1980, I met a lady who did readings by
thank you, Vanna.
Thank you, Vanna.
I became her good friend. She did a reading for me. I was fascinated. I'd never seen it, so she told me her method, and I started practicing it.
Okay.
And it turns out not many people do it. About 15 years ago, I lived in Europe in the 90s, and I gave readings over there and played music. Came back here. I didn't have much internet there because I was always living somewhere else.
Okay.
Came back here and did a lot of research on lithomancy, what it is, how people do it. Couldn't find anything, so I ended up writing a book about it.
I never even knew that's what it was called.
So, I mean...
Lithomancy, the reading of stones. And
Litho means stone. Mancy is man thing, which for some reason means divination. So lithomancy means divination by stone.
Wow.
So this lady turned you onto it, and she kind of taught you a new way, kind of a more kind of bigger thing. Is there like Tony Iommi for Black Sabbath basically created riffs for everybody that came after heavy metal?
Right.
Is there somebody like that you kind of look up to?
The only person I've known who did this was her. But since she taught me, I've kind of developed my own style. Everybody does, whether you're playing music or running a show.
Oh, okay.
So there's little nuances in there.
Tell us about your near-death experience. How you got there and what happened while you were there.
As I was saying, I started going through this uncontrollable psychic ability. I was scared to death on one hand and never felt so enlightened on the other. So it was like walking a tightrope between 2 realities, and I didn't know how to cut it off. And this went on for days and days and days. And
that's
finally,
fucking crazy.
The book is divided.
That's one. Swear jar.
The book is divided into 2 sections. The first 8 days I went through this. And then finally, I was, don't want to be a spoiler, but I was, as a pedestrian, I was hit by a speeding car.
Whoa.
Head on, me and my body. I didn't even feel it. I had been feeling these guardian angels watching me for a while, protecting me. They appeared before me right before this accident, and basically said, "Trust us, no problem." And I didn't know what was going to happen, and boy, did it happen.
Boy, did it happen.
From the moment I hit that car, I expanded outside of my body, and I'm watching it tumble over the car. And I'm looking back at Earth, and everything got smaller, and I was just expanding like a balloon. Wow. Went out through the galaxy and the planets, the edge of the universe, went through what people describe as a tunnel of light. Wow. Ended up in this beautiful, beautiful blue, I call it the blue void. It was the mind of God. It was infinite love.
The mind of God.
Wow, yeah. Man. I'm telling you the way you can describe it. And people who've had near-death experiences, the one thing they all agree to, or 99%, is that you found infinite love. You saw infinite love, and it really is. It's infinite love. You cannot describe it.
Wow.
Well, you can describe it in words, but with a brain and a body.
Yeah, and the feeling, the actual feeling.
You can't quite get it. You got to be outside your body.
And you said that like this week prior that people kept mentioning this light or. Right.
I kept hearing this symbolism.
Yeah.
I kept feeling like I was going to go
like
somewhere.
A warning, you think? Like it was telling you it was going to
preparation
happen?
or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because when I after I left this infinite mind, I was drawn back into, I didn't know where, but I wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
And I started collapsing back into this particular universe. There's infinite universes. I started collapsing into this one. No idea who I was. Where I was headed. It was a little bit apprehensive.
Well,
and then I saw my body in Austin. I jumped back into my body, and I leaped to my feet in front of all these terrified people. I didn't feel a thing. I was talking to them, and there were cops and ambulance and all sorts of, and of course.
And this all happened right when you got hit by the car.
Right.
Within a split second, basically.
Yeah, that's why I call it second.
And I mean, a lot of
because
these
I was going for a second of
Yeah.
Earth time, and it felt like infinity.
Yeah. And a lot of these experiences, especially what you're talking about, make people feel like will make people go crazy.
Well, I
What
felt
kept
like I was
you
going
from
crazy.
kind of, staying tethered to the actual
The
world?
one thing that helped me is I did feel these spiritual, I call them the monitors in the book. I started feeling, I couldn't see them, but I knew that something knew what was going on more than I did.
I do like that.
Yeah.
That's what I call them.
I like that better than necessarily guardian angels. I mean, because guardian angels kind of puts you in one category.
Yeah.
But
They
a
were,
monitor
they were
kind of.
monitoring me. They were watching me, and they protected me from getting injured by the car. And they came back months later and explained why I had this experience.
Wow.
Because the one thing I could not figure out, I didn't care if anybody believed me. And in 1977, I didn't know the term near-death experience.
Right.
And I didn't expect anybody to believe me, and I didn't care. I knew.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But about 15 years later,
That's
when the term
fucking
came
awesome.
around,
That's
I started
two. Swear jar. High five.
Yeah. It was an incredible experience, and I would, if I could, I'd give everybody a ride there and back.
Oh my God, dude.
When I was young,
I would take that ride with you on that magic school bus
If I could
any
push a
fucking day.
when I was young, I watched Shirley MacLaine's Out on a Limb, and that kind of explains. I think she went to Peru or something, or I can't remember exactly where she went to, but she had an out of body experience. It wasn't a near death, but she honed in by watching a candle.
Billion ways there.
And so I guess everybody has their own Rubik's
Absolutely.
Cube on how to do it.
Absolutely.
But when she went out of body, she was tethered, like you said, Red. She was tethered to the planet, but was able to go as far as she wanted to go, but feared that she wasn't going to be able to return. Did you ever have a feeling while you're outside?
I
that
didn't know
you would get
where I
lost?
was going. It happened so instantaneous to me.
You just kind of took the ride and went with it?
Yeah, I didn't have it. There was no time to even think about it. I was just going out, expanding.
Wow.
But I did feel this instantaneous sense of relief and ecstasy and beauty. Like, God, this is a rush. You speak of feeling good.
Whenever you sat down to write your book, Did you go across the same feelings? Were you able to retain?
A lot of it, yeah. It's so profound.
Yeah.
I've never had an experience like that. Don't need another one. I
don't need to hit by another car.
I use the term verification in the book because I kept feeling like I was having to verify things in order to just stay tethered to planets.
Yes.
If I didn't verify, I would float off. In fact, even when I came back, I had grounding agents, cops, police, family.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Things that kept you in reality.
Absolutely, because who knows, I might slip out again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Do you think that everybody has their own experience if they have a near-death experience? Do you think that everybody goes in a different direction, or did you feel like there was anybody else out there?
Oh, there's infinite out there.
Or does it take a near-death experience to
I'll say
realize
that.
That's
that? You
good.
know,
I'll say this.
Or can you get there with acid?
done that, but that's not the question. High five.
This was a absolute voyage to. It was different from any sort of
Well, I mean, we're
psychotropic drug.
getting kind of close to our show. I'd really love to see. I mean, I'm looking at your rocks and not those rocks, but the rocks on the table. And they're absolutely gorgeous. I've never seen anything like this, especially
There's
with
turquoise,
the
and I've
circle
got-
that you have already made. I mean, that's kind of
Were you
really
had volunteered to?
Yes,
let me give you a
can we
reading?
zoom in here? We're going to do a reading. Is that what
A
it's
live
called?
reading.
Lithomancy.
This is a live lithomancy here on Zombie Life TV. And so explain to us what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Okay, here's what I do. I use a circle that represents the environment.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I use 16 stones: Sun, a Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. This is life stone, this is luck, this is place, this is magic, this is love, and this is commitment.
So it's all elemental and earth.
Yeah, well, they're the 10 planets and 6 personal stones based
Right,
on life.
right.
Now, this surface is kind of hard. So what I want you to do is just kind of hold these in your hand for a minute.
Okay.
And don't drop them from too high because they'll go all over. I'd suggest about this height.
Okay.
Not here, but about here. So you get a little distribution.
Are you just
But I-
forming energy from Kara? Is it gathering her energy?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways to look at it.
So
you're gonna be able to pull out
basically
from-
might be gathering
Basically,
her
what I'm
energy.
going to do is just real lightly, not in much detail, but just kind of tell you what I see is
Okay.
going on.
The way they fall.
The way they fall, and
Okay.
I'll show you how I
Gotcha.
read
So you're
them.
not gonna like.
Is
throw out
this
some
is
really
this
cool,
where the
embarrassing
term
facts
the
about
way the
her?
rocks fall?
I don't
fell
know.
down
You know,
the
Good
Pump
idea.
last
You know,
week.
I mean, I'm just asking. Is this the term? The term the way
Yeah.
the rocks
Like the
fall.
dice
Right,
and
right,
things.
Is that where
Could
it
be.
comes from?
Could be. So again, don't drop them too high. We're dropping from about here, just so we get
I feel like-
some distribution. But
You got it. Like who's
not
winning the
ready
Super
yet?
Bowl?
It's not ready yet.
when they're
Kinda
ready,
warm
you'll
them
know
up.
and you'll drop them.
That's one way to learn your solar system, get a little
Okay.
lithomancy.
This I'm going to read right here in the center and up toward the top and around like a clock here.
Look, those are two
Oh,
right
kind of like
together.
the solar system, almost
Okay.
like
Yeah, sort of.
like a
Okay.
spiral
But
out.
I
Putting your
actually
reading
see it as
glasses
a
on.
clock.
Okay.
Yeah, just so I can
Like a
focus
spiral
on
out.
something.
Do your thing.
They did land close, so everything's kind of connected to everything, right? But you have the sun right in the center. It shows a lot of fresh power. Now, even though you're
You see
going
this
through-
girl run, you know.
Yeah.
You're going through a lot of change right now. This is change. A lot of things from the past that you're having to kind of reconnect with, deal with, sort out. You've also had a lot of change of plans recently that are helping you decide to get power back in your life so you can move your plans forward. That's right here in the center. And a certain amount of it has to do with love and family and relationships, which is very strong. But part of it is over this next couple of weeks, you're starting to see a lot of your doubts and your fears, and you're kind of getting tired of them. So you're feeling this sort of expansion and creativity and change, and that's what's happening in your life. Change here in the next couple weeks, so that you have a new source of direction, a new source of power. This is the magic stone. It's right next to luck. This is Jupiter. It's pointing toward the magic stone. This is the life stone. It's right
Wow,
next to the
man.
luck
That's
stone.
badass.
So
I'm
you have
filling
a
the
lot
cup
of-
over here.
You have a lot of luck going for you. You're just having to shift plans and get over there and not worry about the things that you can't control. This is like letting go of the past and so forth. Is this making sense to
Yep.
you?
Yep.
I mean,
by
is
the third and fourth and fifth week here, you're going to have almost like a new structure and foundation. Why? Because first of all, you got a lot of intuition. All these 3 stones, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, right close. You got a lot of psychic and intuitive power. I think you're learning more about it. I think the changes you're going through right now, and even looking at your fears, is helping you, restart it, learn it anew, fresh, different from when you were 20. You know. And by the 3rd and 4th and 5th week here, with both males, with energy, where you feel like you've been kind of limited, you're jumping over this. You're conquering some of your obstacles here that you feel.
Because it's pointing towards us?
Yeah, because it's pointing right to Saturn. Saturn is pointing here to the Jupiter. Jupiter's pointing back. This is the Lux stone. You got a lot of good energy going on here. This first week or 2 is sort of clearing out all the debris so you can really get your life reaching your expectations.
So what you're seeing is that she needs to get through the next couple of weeks and kind of know her path and get through
you're
the
kind of
things,
letting go of a lot,
and then start really moving forward.
You're letting go of a lot of old
This
stuff.
luck,
Here.
I'm winning the Texas Terror Challenge.
Very good.
Not with me and Dean as contestants.
Very good. I think that it's really cool that the sun fell in the middle.
Right in the middle.
And that's actually, I mean, if I was going to say anything about her, I would say absolutely. Because she is just straight,
Yeah, freight train.
she's like Vegeta, man.
Yeah.
She's just,
I had a quick question though. I see people wearing stones that they like or that symbolize something, a certain part of their life or something like that they went through. Does it mean something galactically if you wear a stone like the Jupiter stone or the Power Stone?
I'll give you an example. This is a medal that the lady who taught me this, named Alice
I wanted to
Worrell,
ask about that.
Yeah.
she used to wear it on her lapel. When I met her in 1980, she did a reading for me. I helped her a lot with kids and.
Where was that? Can you see that right there? Okay.
There
I
it
helped
is.
her
That's
with
beautiful.
her kids. I helped her with her rent when I could, fix her car when I could. She kept saying, "Gary, how do I pay you back?"
Good karma.
I said, when you pass over, you become my guide. Mm-hmm. She passed over a couple years ago,
And became another one of your
consciously keep this medal pointing right to me.
another one of your watchers. Watchers?
Basically
not
a guide.
watcher. What was
A
it called?
guide?
Monitor.
Monitor.
A monitor.
A monitor.
She became
my
another
guide.
one of your monitors.
Incredible.
I asked her to be my guide in life. I ask her every day. I have what I call my Fantastic Four, and I suggest if you really want to learn about life, bring your spiritual guides into play. I was raised Catholic, so it's Jesus Christ, my mom and dad, who raised 7 boys,
There you go.
and some of my
Bless
brothers.
those people. Seriously. I might be going to hell, but bless those people.
Oh, I tell you,
Seriously.
some of my brothers thought they drank a lot. Well, I would too if I had 7.
Well, yeah. I'm an only child and I drink a lot. So.
So, and Alice, this lady here, Jesus Christ, my 2 parents, and Alice. If I was raised Buddhist, it'd probably be Buddha and
Right.
my family there.
Right.
So-
Incredible.
But I actually ask these guides to come in and help me all the time.
That's
Really?
beautiful.
So I suggest to people, you want to develop your psychic ability, believe it's there, start practicing it, just like piano or
Yeah.
sex or driving. The more you do, the better you get, right?
Yes,
I
sir.
love how you threw sex in there. That's awesome.
Just
Yeah.
to
People
laugh.
say practice makes perfect.
We got
But
2
I think
minutes.
perfect makes
we got
practice.
2 minutes. Will you tell everybody where they can find you online through social media and how they can get some information?
And how they can come get a reading like
Yeah.
this.
The best way to find me, you could do 2 things. You could Google Gary Wimmer, GaryWimmer. You can go to GaryWimmer.com. The best way to find me about readings is go to lithomancy.com.
Ooh,
LITHOMANCY.
Right.
Lithomancy, like
Lithomancy.
lithograph.
Beautiful.
Lithomancy.com.
That's fantastic. And I mean, like a reading like this, I mean, real quick, somebody walks into your place and stuff like that and they're looking for a reading, something like this. I mean, what is it going to cost them?
I charge $60 for 30 minutes, $75 for 45, $90 for an hour.
Okay.
Or in person.
And does that come with a happy ending? Oh, sorry. I just had to ask.
Do card readings?
Yeah.
And you can
Card
do
readings too?
tarot
Okay.
card
They're
readings.
shutting us down. They're shutting us
Yeah,
down.
I'm just curious who
Paul
does too.
Fierro, Texas Terror, real quick. Tell us about it.
In 30 seconds.
It's a Texas Terror Challenge.
30 seconds.
And
39-hour haunted camp out.
Yes. And it's
right.
going to be in San Antonio, Texas at missionairsoft.com. Please go to TexasTerrorChallenge.com.
DesolationManor.com.
DesolationManor.com. Thank you, everybody, for watching Zomblie TV. Kill them all.
Oh man, I think
prophets say, strange sounds will come from our skies. Some will call it the second coming. Our ability to lead, our morality, our humanity will disappear. Our hunger will be for flesh. Our souls will be forgotten. 3 days of hell on earth. And you are the chosen one. Do you accept the challenge? Details at TexasTerrorChallenge.com. Experience the fear.